Okay, let me put my face back on. All right, so if any of those looked amazing to you, I'm actually going. Well, no, let me not do that. Okay, sorry, talking to myself. I'm actually going to drop the link to this video in the Discord in the recipes channel, so that if you'd like to refer back to this or any of the other recipe videos we've watched, it is right there at your fingertips. If you are on PC, you can always use the search function. I think there's a way to do that on mobile as well. I'm not entirely sure how that works, depending on what kind of phone you have. But yeah, the link is there. The video is there for your viewing pleasure. And just in case you are interested in joining the Discord, the link is right there. We be, hanging out in the Discord pretty often, just like chilling, gaming. We haven't done a watch party in a while, but I know we've talked about looking at The Last of Us, so maybe we'll do some of that some this week for those who have not watched it. And yeah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into our game of the day, getting back into Coral Island. We started playing this on Saturday. It's like a cozy farming sim, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I wanted to, get right back to it today, which is what we're about to do right now. I just need to. It opened up on the different monitor than I intended, so I'm just gonna make sure that I get that situated. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me get this display. There we go. Okay. Okay, and I will be using my Xbox controller here. Let me change the screen so you can see what I am doing. So let's apply. So changes, yes. Okay, cool. So I see here, so right now this game is in early access. It's available in Steam. I'm not sure if it's on any other platforms just yet. But I've definitely been enjoying myself so far. Looks like the next major update is in 49 days, so not too far off from that. So let me change the game. Okay. Sorry, it's gonna be a little finicky when I'm clicking on different screens. All right, so this is literally as you can see, I'm only 10 game days in. I played for maybe 3 hours on Saturday, so I'm still pretty fresh to the game. So bear with me. I might be, kind of bumping around a little bit, but that's the fun of it. That's part of the fun. So I have fixed up my house so far. I have encountered let's see. So I kind of learned the purpose of or just kind of the general goal. So this town has like this oil drilling company that's interested in setting up shop here, and they can easily do so because the town currently has an F rating. So I need to help them like rebuild up their museum collection that they had to sell off due to an oil spill that happened. And then I have to help the ocean goddess, I think, who is sick. Probably because of the oil spill, but as I help her by bringing things to her shrine, she gets better, and then I slowly get additional, I guess, abilities and things unlocked. So basically, I'm helping save the island from the evil oil drilling company. Yay! But yeah, that's the gist of it. Get my lighting. I'm not real crazy about it right now. Okay. There's a festival running today. Consider checking it out. All right, so this is my character. This is my house. It looks like I've got a wardrobe. Oh, okay. Yep, this is where I would flip through all my clothes. Okay. There is a television. Let's see what's on How to Be a Farmer today. How to Be a Farmer with Jeff Smith. My name's Jeff Smith, and I know a thing or two about farming. I was raised on a farm, so I got some tips for you, Sprouts. Let me tell you about them. Today, I'll tell you about other ways besides farming to make money. You heard me right. No farming. My neighbor Jesse isn't much of a farmer, but he's done fine for himself fishing, I tell you. Making the big bucks, that one. You do need a fishing rod, though, which we have. You can also catch bugs, or you can always do what I do, gathering. Pick up mushrooms, flowers, whatever's growing. Okay, cool. Welcome to WBC, your main weather-related news source. The forecast covers Coral Island and the surrounding area. Unreasonable downpours expected tomorrow. Yes! Yes. Rain is great because it means that I won't have to water my crops, and I do currently have a lot of them. And they have these random shows that they say apparently if you know what to look for, they are dropping hints about things. So I don't I don't really know what they're trying to tell me, but it's interesting enough anyway. All right. Passion and music bring these five girls together, but can they overcome Wait. Can they overcome the harsh world of C-pop? Coral Okay. Hello, producers. I will be your representative in this show. Welcome to Coral Stars. Today, five girls will start their fight in the world of C-pop. They will start their voice lessons, memorize choreo, and give their all in stages. Prepare to test their result practices. However, your participation will also be essential in realizing the dreams of these hopeful idols. Without further ado, Coral Stars, please introduce yourselves. Star in your eyes. Hello, we are Coral Stars. As you can see, they're very determined to debut. Leader, any words for our producers? Yes, producers. Thank you for giving us the chance to showcase our skills. We will not let you down and always perform our best. Very good. Next week, we'll have our first choreo lesson with the C-pop veteran. So be sure to stay tuned, producers. Goodbye. Next week on Coral Stars. With that attitude, you should quit before wasting everyone's time. This is so dramatic. Coral Stars are now facing the harsh truth. Can they weather the storm? Oh, okay. I don't know if there was a hidden message in that, but I was certainly entertained. So there's that. I do like that you can name these different chests. That's pretty cool. Let me go ahead and get started on my watering. I have unlocked scarecrows. I have not figured out sprinklers yet. Right? Like, ooh, drama. Listen, kudos to the writers on that one. Oh, we got some potatoes. Oh, potato. Okay. Alright. Oh shoot, I'm about out of water. Yep. Hopefully I can refill right here and get right back to it. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Ugh. Here we are. can I'll fix this area for now. Yeah, I'll take off these rolls too, since they are not covered by a scarecrow. Don't want to lose those crops. Okay. On this game, that's certainly different from Stardew or any other farming sim that I've played. I see that trash is a resource. Like, you can literally use it to make things. Oh, not that button. Let me think. Okay, so like for example, in crafting, I can ground insect scent. Interesting. Ooh. Okay. This item can help you catch insects easily. That's a new one. Okay, anyway. Makeshift sign. I can use trash to make signs. I can use trash to make chests, which all my chests are currently makeshift chests. Scarecrow. A fence, a gate, and a path. So, you know what they say, reduce, reuse, recycle, all that. That is not me watering that rock, good lord. Oh no! I didn't mean it! I didn't mean it! Oh. Yeah, that works too. Okay. You just saw the craziest thing on the Twitch main page. What'd you see? And welcome in, Queen Jaguar. Let's see. Just cleaning up some stuff out here in the old farmaroo. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. I did want to get some stuff for the shrine. Okay, hold on. So I've got. Oh, yep. I wanna track that one. Dang it. These buttons are different. Oh, can I only have 2? Yep, I can only have 2 pinned at the time. That's funny. Okay, fine. I did recently discover the mines in this game, so that'll be interesting to observe the fighting mechanics. But what I really want to do is get everything for the shrine. The title said, "I am your woman, thigh crushing." Boy, okay. Well, I mean, hey. It was on the front page, so I guess they're doing something right. You know? All right, well, that's interesting. Let's see. So we got wood, stone, fiber. We've got tin sap. I need maple seeds. Those are oak seeds. Oh, and I guess I can plant the wild seeds while oh, the maple seeds are right there. Okay. But yeah, I can go ahead and plant these wild seeds while I'm at it. But yeah, that's wild. That is, whew, boy. Now, why is it? Okay, that is certainly glitching. But okay, whatever. Huh. But the watering can is not. Interesting. Talk about pushing the limit for. I mean, hey, if it works, it works. You know, hey, people do all kind of stuff. So if you think that's crazy, you should go look at on Kick. Listen, everything is happening over there. Any and everything. You want to see some wild stuff? That's where it is. It's on Kick. Like, I get that there is no music right now. It's a little off-putting. I get that the revenue split, 95 like the creator getting 95% is huge. I totally understand that, but like when it comes to things like TOS and copyright issues, like there are no rules over there, and it doesn't seem sustainable to me. Oh, it is. It is, yeah, wild and free. Yep, we'll go with yep. That is putting it lightly. Okay. Let's see here. My farm is pretty darn big, as you can see. I've only cleared out a very small portion of my total farm area. Okay, so what was it? Oh, I was going down the list of stuff in my inventory. So I need what, one more? Yeah, I need one more maple seed and 3 more oak seeds. Okay, so trying to get this get the old shrine together. Oh, and thanks for the lurk, Jay Balin. Okay. That was a pine cone. Okay, so that is not the kind of tree that I want. Okay. Oh, okay, so I got my maple seed. Okay, but now I need an oak seeds. Is this an oak tree? Ooh, I am very low on energy. I need to be careful. Darn, did not get what I wanted out of that. Okay, well, let me just, I guess I'll go into town and be social and all that then. Before I wear myself out completely. Oh, it's 3:30. Okay, so it's kind of late in the day. Didn't see that on my main page. Was thigh crushing tailored specifically to the queen. Okay. All right. But you know what? Never, I'm not nothing. Never mind. Forget I almost asked the question. I don't want to know. Anyway, all right. But yeah, SOC, if you're looking for some wild content, kick.com is where it's at. Your Twitch main bingo card is not looking good. Uh-oh. Nah, ask the question. You looking for somebody to crush you in the thigh meats? Not Jay. SOC said, suffocate me. Let's see. You think it'd be easier for us to get all the groceries we need with owning a general store and all? It's always funny hearing folks catching up to things I've been on for a while. Oh, we're not in so many. Okay. Okay, if you say so. Have you checked out the diving yet? Not yet. Let's see. What's a good spring look? Something flowy. Definitely a nice pastel makeup tone. What else? What else? Are you eavesdropping on me? Of course you would. Okay. Oh shit! It was the spring festival today, and I did. Okay, nope. No. This day never happened. Return the title. I can't just skip the Cherry Blossom Festival. We're starting this day over. I forgot all about the doggone festival. I was so focused on my little farm. Okay, I'm gonna water my crops and then I'm out. That is what I'm going to do. Okay. Let's get to tending this farm. Dang it. Skip the square. Alright. I did plant a lot of crops. Look, I'm trying to make this money. Like, is it a lot of work? Yes. But I'm hoping that the benefits will be worth it. I'm trying to get paid out here on these farmer streets. As you can see, I only have 200 coins. And there are some clothing items that cost thousands. So I gotta get my money up. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I'm right here at the water anyway. Dang it. All right. There. It's still kind of early. I'll do a little chopping. Okay, I got one maple seed, which I did want. Alright, and then we're gonna swap over and pray that I get an oak seed. I'm pretty much gonna do this until like 10 a.m. And then I'll head over to Lay Festival. Alright. Dang it, what I gotta do to get some more oak seeds? Jeez. Oh, I got 2. Oh, that's perfect. Just what I needed. Okay. Oh, and I do need, dang it, I do need pine cones. How many do I have? I only have 2. Okay. Dang it. Oh my god. Okay. Ugh. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Okay. Alright. Ooh, look at my sword. Okay, anyway. Do I have any? Not much. I'm gonna put these items away. I just want to have at least a little space in my bag. Okay. In case there's anything for me to pick up or carry at the festival. You might not be able to tell from here, but my character has locks pulled back in a ponytail. That is their current hairstyle. There were a few different styles for, you know, for black hair, which was pretty cool. Not all of them were great, but they've definitely made some solid efforts. playing in the fountain. Who's a good boy? Taco, you're currently playing in one of the city fountains. I don't know if that counts as good boy behavior, but you are a cute dog, so I suppose. Oh, and there's cats. Cute kitty. Okay, I believe the yeah, okay. Cherry Blossom Festival is here. Are you sure you want to start the Cherry Blossom Festival? Yes. Yes. Ooh. Aw, little sack races. Y'all be having family reunions in the spring. Ours are usually in the summer if we have them. I'm not interested in the sack race. I'm here for the potluck. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I was supposed to bring something. Damn, I should have brought a potato. Oh well. I'm not starting back over, so we're starting the day again. It is what it is. I wonder how many people it took to get these decorations up. Looks like a lot of work if you ask me. Good food, good weather, good company. This is fine by me. I don't crave durian all that bad. As long as Frank here grills enough apples, we are a-okay. I'll ever grilled an apple? Can't say I have. Well, I don't know that I've ever had a grilled apple. It's always a pleasure to spend my spring here. Well, part of my spring anyway. Have you checked out the diving yet? I'll get to it. Please just wait a little longer. We're still preparing for the main event. People are still playing games. How about giving them a try? Walter was asking me questions about my coffee bean dealer. I'm not telling. I know what he's doing. Hello to you too. I'm Macy. Where are you visiting from? It's nice to finally have a tourist in town. I'm not a tourist. Not anymore. I live here now. Oh yeah, I heard about you. You're that new farmer from San Francisco, right? Ah, that's right, Pokio. I'm Theo. I'm just interrupting his set. I can't believe they actually let me talk to him. Time to absorb the good vibes. Breathe in energy, breathe out stress. Okay. Let's see here. The songs Theo sang really fit the mood. He's not a bad looking, not a bad singer. You heard nothing. Okay, girl. Hey, come over here. Let's dance. The tumpang is over there, dear. I hope it's enough for everybody. Oh, flirty? As in flirty? It's nice to finally meet you. Oh, you're the new farmer. I was worried there for a bit about a potential competitor. Nothing to worry about, it seems. Hold on! Not Bree with the smoke. Oh my god. Yo! The food is way too heavy for me. Today's a rest day for me. What? My baby brother Frank is your guy for grilling stuff. A lot like Dad. Okay. Cooking is relaxing, but it's more relaxing to sit back, eat, and look at those cherry blossoms. I did say there's way too much food, but I think it's okay once in a while. Ah, the wind, the song, the food, perfection. Wow, the potluck looks amazing, but oh, never mind. Oh, hey, I have to say, you're not what I expected. First of all, hello, Noah. Ow. I'm here for this. This whole, yes. Yes, it's giving not evil Killmonger. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Okay, Noah. I love the food here. Everything's delicious. Oh no, I didn't mean it in a bad way. I heard from the twins who run the inn that a new farmer moved in. I just thought, you know, never mind. So much good food on the table. Maybe I should calm down with the tumpeng and save some space for them. I saw Oliver trying to catch fish at the lake earlier this morning. I think he wanted to contribute to the potluck. So cute. Ava's croissant is getting a lot of compliments just for the looks. Maybe I should ask her to add it to the menu. It sure is pretty today. Can't ask for better potluck weather. Hey, how's the festival? There's more to come, don't worry. Oh damn, I can't put that stuff. A rock? Bro. It'll be stone soup for real. Damn, I should have kept one of my potatoes. Just like our wine, festivals like this are the identity of Coral Island. Don't you agree? Hello? Oh, you are not speaking to me. Got it. Okay. Well. Nope, can't talk to you. It's chill here. It's comforting. Listen, Blurty, sometimes getting to know everybody is tiring, but it's worth it. You're part of this community now. Ooh, a shop. Oh. It's very pretty. This is also gorgeous. Certainly can't afford that. Okay. That's alright. Maybe I could put an acorn in the soup? That seems a little silly. Add a nice nutty flavor. What games were they talking about though? Did I miss something? I feel like I spoke to everyone. Ah. How to play. Press A when the bar is at the center to jump. You'll jump further if you time the bar perfectly. As you jump consecutively, the speed of the bar will go faster. Your stamina will run out faster as well. You'll fall if you miss the timing or run out of stamina. Be careful. Practice. This is cute. Oh! Okay. Oh, I have to go back. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Let's do it. I think I'm a space bar this one. 3, 2, 1. go, go. Oh, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh my god. Not terrible for my first one. That was cute. Let's see if there's anything else I missed. I think I talked to the both of y'all. They said mini games with an S. There was only one, right? I think so. All right. Start the main event. Let's do it. Folks, it's finally time for our main event. The soup is now ready. Big thanks for all your contributions. Miss Ross, would you do the honor of tasting it? Of course, thank you, Mayor Connor. This soup will reflect the unity of the town. It's time to taste what all of you together have made today. Oh no, I put a freaking acorn in there. Yeah, you don't like it. I just saw some questionable things inside the soup. Whoever put it in the pot ruined our soup and put everyone safe in danger. I'm really disappointed. Okay, festival's over. Everyone, please go home. Oh. Oops. Oh no, not all the crying. Oh god. Wait. Oh no. May as well have put in raisins. Look, you right. All right, y'all, I'm gonna take a quick bio break. I will be right back. Hang tight. Okay, I have returned. Let's see, did I miss anything? Oh, hey, Flufficus, welcome in. Good to see ya. What did I do? Oh, so, they had at the Cherry Blossom Festival, they had like a soup thing similar to that festival on the beach in Stardew where you add an ingredient. I put in what is this? An oak seed, like an acorn. That's the closest thing I had to anything edible. And They did not like it. Basically, I ruined the festival. Oh, you were transported back to the 90s. You thought it was about to play.
What is you doing, baby?
The sad part is that I just sold 2 potatoes that morning, like right before I left. Something told me to keep one of them, and I didn't. Oh well. All right, let's get back to it, y'all. Okay. All right. So I do need a few more. Um. Oak seeds and pine needles, pine cones. Just a bunch of wooden sap there. Oh, I got one pine cone. Ugh. So yeah, I do wish there was kind of music playing throughout. Okay, so I definitely have enough oak seeds now. I just need one more pine cone. All right. Ooh, perfect. All right, well, now I can just make sure I have everything. Let's see. Certainly have enough wood. 10 wood, 10 stone, 10 fiber, 10 sap, 5 maple seeds, 5 oak seeds, and 5 pine cones. Cool. Oh, mail. Dear Flirty, have you tried baking? It's a stress reliever for me and it might be good for you. Anyway, here's a mooncake recipe for you to bake at home. Give it a try. Well, I don't know where I'm about to cook, seeing as how I do not have a kitchen. Guess I have to upgrade my house in order to do that. Oh, okay. On. Oh, okay. So I guess you can tell who's romanceable and who's not. Okay. Yeah, I was a little sad when I found out that Erica was not available. I feel like right away she let us know that she was married. Ava's pretty. Leah's kind of standoffish, so I think not. Who was that one? Oh, he's not on here because I just met him. Dang it. Nova? Was that his name? I wonder if he's romanceable. Oh, and it's raining today. Love that for me. Sam looks like he stares into your soul. Okay. Oh, fuck. Yeah, nope. Nope. Nah, we're not. Nah. No, I refuse to accept that. Oh, good lord. Oh my god. I cannot believe I just did that. I cannot believe I just did that. just... Oh, you're not ready to harvest yet, are you? Interact? Oh, if I wanted to move it. Cool. All right, well. Guess I'm off then. Oh, hell. I have a chicken. Wait, no. Am I confusing that for a different game? Yes, I am. I am confusing that for a different game. Okay. This is what happens when you play too many, you start too many of these farming games around the same time. All right. Greetings. I'd like to run an idea by you about local produce. Meet me at the general store when you have the time. Okay. Sam. Valentina. Oh no, the empty building in front of my uncle's house is all clean now. I can't play there with my friends anymore. Okay. Can you customize your character? Nope, you can customize them. So when you first play the game, you can pick out like skin color, eye color, hairstyle, and then there's a few different overall pairings that you can choose from, which is kind of cool. And then you can buy other clothes later in the game, and there is a hair salon in the town if you want to change your hair later too. So very customizable. They open at 9. Okay. Yes, freedom. No, that's a snail. Okay, practice swing. Yes! I caught a snail! Bug catching was pretty tricky for me in the early game, so. All right, 2 in a row, 2 in a row. We love that for me. Okay, so I believe. Okay, inspect. The view from here isn't too bad. You get used to it. Okay, but what I need, I guess, is the map. I don't know why I thought that I could get to the temple from here. Yes, Tanja, so glad you are off work. I hope you have a safe drive home. Don't forget to get some food on the way or order some or whatever. I know you was talking about being hungry earlier. Okay, so nope, this isn't where I want to be. This is where I want to be. Okay, essential resources. Wood, stone, fiber, sap, maple seeds. Oh, I only needed 5 of those. Okay. Okay, I need a carrot and a morel and picking up your target order on the way home. Okay. Wasabi, morel, and carrot. I know I have some carrots growing. I can stop by the ocean to see if I can get any loot. Or stop by the beach, I should say. Okay, so now that I've finished my first bundle here, let's see what happens. You did it. Drink this to receive my blessing. Oh, I'm terrible. Okay. Now you can use my shrines and travel freely between them. That's cool. So would y'all drink the magical potion that just appeared in front of you? Ooh, it is not tasty. It is awful. Oh, now I can fast travel. Yes, love that for me. Okay, what is this? Oh, catch altar. Freshwater fish. Let's see, catfish, tilapia, rainbow fish, koi, saltwater fish. I don't know if I've caught any of these yet. Maybe a sardine. Okay, day insect. Pipevine, swallowtail, tiger beetle. I haven't caught any of those yet. Night insect. Firefly, caterpillar. Ocean critters. I'm sorry, a sexy shrimp? What? A what now? Oh my. Okay. All right. Cannonball jellyfish, hermit crab, a sexy shrimp. Ow. Sunflower sea star and a pom-pom crab. Shrimps have always been baddies. Well, you know what? You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so now I can fast travel. Oh, I can fast travel to my farm. Hell yeah. Oh, is that it? The Lake Temple on the farm? That's it? Oh. I thought that was gonna be more locations. Okay. Or maybe I have to unlock the other ones? I don't know. Alright. Oh shoot, there was a bug over there. Oh well. Wasn't even paying attention. I can meet old boy back at the general store now. Damn. Too slow. I should have hit him with one of these. Hit him with the dash. The dash and swoop. Okay. Hold on. Where is the general store related to where I am? It is over the clinic. Oh, I have gone a bit far. Okay, so I can just head south. Cool. All right. Town is so pretty. Ooh. Betty's a strong woman, but even so, I don't think it was a good idea for her to attend the pufferfish opening. So if I eat them, I'll become sexy. I mean, sure. You've become quite the regular. Working hard at the farm, huh? Yeah, getting used to it. Good. I see that you're also getting much use of the shipping bin. I'm doing all right. Your shipment is always a huge hit with the townfolk. I think we all miss the taste of local produce. Oh? Here, let me show you something. This is our import section. Everything on this side is imported. I have to say, it's very expensive to get them here. The shipping costs, taxes, that sort of thing. They add up surprisingly fast. I've done my best to keep prices low. My margins are razor thin, but it's just not enough. Any lower and we'll go under. And this here is our local section. It's so empty and really sad to look at. As soon as I receive your crops, I put them all here, and they're selling like hotcakes, flying off the shelves, as it were. It wasn't always like this. Back in the day when my folks were in charge, the whole store used to be stacked top to bottom with local produce. It was something to be proud of, but now I have no choice but to sell imported produce only. I'd love to reopen the local produce section, but need your help to do it. The task is simple. You'll need to ship a lot of bronze quality fruits and vegetables. I've jotted the exact amount on this note. And of course, I'll pay extra for this effort. I think extra coins on top of your usual crop commission is when the whole order is filled, huh? Yeah, okay. Okay, all right. Gotta start focusing on quality then. 50 vegetables and 25 fruit. Hui. Okay. Guess I need some fertilizer then. I don't know that I've grown anything bronze quality yet, but we'll get there. Okay, so here's the museum. As you can see, I've donated a couple of bugs. Oh, I can donate the snail. Ooh, a reward. What did I get? Candied tree seeds, I guess. And a little wood satyr butterfly. Okay.